Imagine you are merging onto a busy freeway and suddenly your engine starts bucking like a wild horse and your acceleration just disappears when you need it most. That heart-sinking feeling is often caused by your car's brain detecting a P0204 diagnostic trouble code, which means there is a malfunction in the cylinder number 4 injector circuit. This is a generic powertrain code, so it applies to pretty much any modern vehicle made since 1996, but the way you fix it can change based on if you are driving a Ford or a Honda. Your powertrain control module, or PCM, is constantly babysitting each fuel injector to make sure they are spraying gas exactly when they should. When the computer tells the injector to turn on, it expects the voltage to drop down close to zero, and when it turns it off, it wants to see that voltage jump back up to full battery strength. If the computer sees a voltage that stays high or low when it should be switching, or if the electrical resistance is totally out of spec, it triggers this code and might even shut down that cylinder to protect the engine. You are going to notice a very obvious misfire, and the engine will run rough enough to shake the steering wheel, while that check engine light stares you down from the dash. Most of the time, a bad fuel injector is the primary culprit, but you cannot just ignore the possibility of a broken wire or a short circuit in the harness that has rubbed through against the engine block. To start fixing this, you should grab a digital volt-ohm meter and check the resistance of the injector itself. If the ohms are not within the factory specifications, then you know the injector has failed internally and needs to be replaced. You should also check the connector for at least 10 volts of power, and look closely for any green corrosion or pushed out metal pins that could be ruining the connection. A great old school trick is to swap the number 4 injector with one from a different cylinder and see if the trouble code moves to that new spot. If the code follows the injector, then you have a definite part failure, but if the code stays on cylinder 4, then you have a wiring break or a problem with the driver circuit inside the PCM itself. If you are not comfortable working with fuel rails or digging into deep wiring harnesses, this is the perfect time to head to a professional shop before the unburned fuel ruins your expensive catalytic converter. Keeping your fuel system clean and your electrical connections tight is the only way to ensure your car stays reliable and smooth for all those miles on the highway.